Greetings, Adam here. Today we are highlighting this very small cichlid, the Lamprologus Multifasciatus, or the Lamprologus Multifasciatus, or the Lamprologus Multifasciatus. But today, according to some texts, we are going to go with Lamprologus Multifasciatus, and this is the smallest cichlid in Lake Tanganyika, and quite possibly the smallest cichlid in the world. If you came to this video for advice on how to keep the species, I have none for you. This is my first go around. A little bit about this group in particular. I picked them up late last year, which was in 2016, and I did keep them in a very small tank. There is a quantity of 6 of them, and I kept them underneath another fish tank stand. So you can imagine how much attention I paid to it, other than changing water and feeding them. I mean, to look at them and observe them was basically laying on the ground, on the carpet, acting like a child, which is generally how I do act. But anyways, recently I moved them into a 40 breeder, and I was kind of thinking at first, let's do the Multies, and then we'll do some Juliochromis, possibly ornatus, and I ended up just scrapping that idea and just going straight with the Multies, and I'm really glad that I did, because at first I wasn't sure how I was going to set the tank, because originally the small tank underneath, you know, I'd bought all these escargot shells and just kind of threw half of them in there. I threw in 48 shells, very little sand, sponge filter, a couple of rocks, see what happens. In the small tank, didn't see a whole lot other than the fish just trying to survive. I did see 2 of them were pretty much inseparable, but since I moved them into this aquarium, not much has happened as far as that goes. Still waiting for some pairing going on. It's not rocket science, apparently, with these guys. You just kind of throw them together and eventually get fry. Well, at the time of this video, they've been in this tank for, I think, 6 days, and the time of the footage was 24 hours afterwards. So I set up the tank, you know, 96 shells, escargot shells, 40 breeder, so 36 inch by 18 inch wide. There's 1 random shell in there, so 97 shells, lots of sand. And initially I threw in a few rocks, was trying to work it out, and it just wasn't flowing for me. I said, the hell with it, let's just go the 2 rocks. 1 rock, whatever. I guess, you know, in nature they occur for the most part on just vast beds of snail shells from the species Neophthalma. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but if you wanted to purchase a Neophthalma shell right now, you would have to basically pawn off your left testicle, and ladies, I'm not sure what else you would do for it, but a left testicle might get you about a dozen shells. So I decided not to do that and just buy my shit off Amazon to get the desired effect here. So there's almost 100 shells in here, lots of sand. Use this for several different species. Always a Aquaclear 110 and Aquaclear 70. Definitely the 110 way too much, even throttled down all the way. So after the footage you've seen here, I did change the 110 to a 70. So it has 2 70s on it, which is plenty of filtration, especially for just 6 tiny cichlids. I'm going to tell you right now that this is one of the most interesting tanks that I think I've ever set up, and I'm only like a week into it. Now, of course, I did keep them for several months underneath a fish tank stand in a 10 gallon. Wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to them. But in this larger aquarium with their antics, it's non-stop action. The posturing, the corals going on. I can't wait until actual spawning happens. So, in closing, this is a pretty remarkable fish, and really enjoyed the short time that I've been keeping it. I would recommend it because the requirements are pretty nil. The one downfall for sure is the fact that they will change your entire landscape as soon as I got the rock that I liked. It matched the shells, and then this happens, and they just completely rearrange everything. They will dig down all the way down to the glass, remove sand underneath their shell, and spit it elsewhere. So mountains of sand, shells on the bottom. They're not like other shell dwellers. They do not bury their shells. They keep them all exposed. So, well, whatever, if that's what they got to do, that's what they got to do. And then what can you do about it? I'm just kind of pumped to see what happens next with these guys. So, in closing, I guess, I haven't made any videos really for a very long time, specifically towards fish, and just want to thank anyone who will actually watch this video all the way to the end. Those of you who have came to this channel just because of the box turtle video that I made, I do have more turtle videos planned. In fact, I do have one planned very recently for a very iconic and endangered species of North America. So